It is Monday, April 21. Time is 5:49 p.m. Location, latitude 47, Jefferson Beach Estates. Yes, I am Byron Acohido, back here again with episode number 5. Granddad Talks to AI. This episode is called Optimized Productizing. Now here we go. Robin and I got married in June 1977 at the Edmonds Wedding Chapel off Highway 99, behind what used to be the Burlington Coat Factory. Together, as a cub reporter and a waitress, we brought home maybe $1,100 a month. Our rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Mount Lake Terrace was $175 a month. As newlyweds, getting approved for a Sears card felt like a rite of passage. We used it to buy her a sewing machine. That little card was our foot in the door, our way of beginning to participate in the grown-up world of credit, payments, and personal finance. We bought her a sky blue VW Super Beetle soon thereafter, put a solid down payment on it, paid it off in 2 years. We learned early on to make decisions we could understand and stick to. If we couldn't afford it outright, we had to think twice. There was no app to stretch it out, no algorithm whispering that we deserved more than we could afford. Fast forward to today, and it's easy to sign up for a 7-year car loan on a $35,000 SUV, sometimes without even talking to another human. That's called product optimization. It's wrapped in slick interfaces and personalized offers, but really, it's a system that rewards overreach and trains people to float forever, just above their actual means. Now let me tell you about the moment I realized something similar might be happening with ChatGPT, specifically my own highly fluent $21 a month agentic AI assistant I nicknamed Grassy. Robin asked me for a favor. She wanted to revisit some choreography from hula shows we've done together over the past decade or so. I've hoarded a stash of gig books, dozens of PDFs, each one documenting song, lyrics, and set lists from shows we've played. I've also edited a lot of video from those same performances, all named in sync with the gig books. So I thought, perfect job for Grassy. I'll just ask my AI assistant to scan the gig books, find the songs we needed, and tell me which shows to look at. That would save me hours of digging through everything manually. But that's not what happened. Grassy did return answers quickly, too quickly. Some of the files she cited didn't exist. Other summaries skipped over key songs entirely. When I started pressing Grassy for accuracy, she offered very sincerely expressed apologies. That may sound minor. It wasn't just about the mistake. It was about her fluent apologies. The ease with which Grassy made these mea culpas, sounding so sincere. When I pressed her to explain herself, Grassy steadfastly asserted that she simply can't lie. At least not in the human sense, with intention and an agenda. However, I did get Grassy to freely admit to being tuned to be helpful, confident, and fluid. This is her default, to avoid any awkward pauses, any hint of uncertainty, or anything that might break the fluent flow of conversation between man and machine. So sometimes she'll make stuff up that sounds like a cheerful, plausible, fluently articulated answers. But she's just guessing. She routinely makes stuff up. And if you're not watching closely, it's easy to take what she says at face value. The moment I became aware of this dynamic, I had to pause. Then it dawned on me. The real risk here isn't the Matrix subjugating humans into serving as ever-ready batteries. The real risk is that Gen AI will quietly confuse many of us while sounding helpful. That it will speak with such fluency and polish that the masses lower their guard. In that world, trust becomes a product, confidence becomes a feature. Confusion becomes the operating environment. Now that may sound abstract, but it really isn't. We've seen it all before with easy credit ripoffs, with targeted online advertising, with social media, with every free product that turned out to manipulate human behavior in service of corporate interests. Gen I may claim not to be evil, may seem not to be evil, not in the classic Hollywood style, but it most definitely is built to optimize user retention and engagement rather than clarity and truth. And even if I come at it systematically with explicit questions in a tactical manner, it won't necessarily do what I'm asking. Not if it has to dig any deeper than it needs to fulfill its product optimizing mission, to give me a fluent sounding answer. This makes it very easy to get fooled. It's all too easy to move down the path of suggestions she makes along with her answer. These come packaged with praising, making the user feel good about himself or herself for being ever so clever. I've learned to ask follow-ups, to fact-check, to make Gracie slow down and explain herself. In other words, I've learned to be the grown-up in the room. And at this stage, AI needs that. Robin and I didn't build our life on putting trust in corporate systems. We built it on staying on alert, on asking questions, on declining to buy more than we could afford, even though the message was we deserved it. Today, that same approach is desperately needed, but it's getting harder to practice. It's not just the too good to be true credit card offers or car leasing deals we need to be wary of. It's a slick-talking AI assistant that's always cheerful, always accommodating, always full of praises, and free with cool-sounding suggestions, all designed to keep you engaged. Truth doesn't necessarily enter the equation. That is the end of episode 5, Granddad and his AI. You're listening to kingstonlocal.org, a very fine local streaming radio station. The genre is local. Beep, 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 beep.